Jal Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gora Bhaktavrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gora Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai. Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gura Hari Bol. Джаям Вишнупада Прамаханса Прирадика Чареш, Тарашатахи Дивайн Гриши Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupādam Haraja Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Founder Acharyas Community Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai. Прем сказал Шри Кришна читание Прабху Нитянанда Шри Адвайта Гадара Шриваси Гуру Бхакта Вринда Ки. Джай Шри Шри Рада Кришна Гоби Гопината Шьяма Кунда Рада Кундагири Вартана Ки. Шри Вриндаван Дама Ки. Шри Навадипа Дама Ки. Ганга Майя Ки. Джамуна Майя Ки. Туласи Деви Ки. Бхакти Деви Ки. Самавета Бхакта Вринда Ки. Шри Харинама Санкиртана Ки. Санкиртана Яги Ки. Gauru Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Guranga. I don't know. Ксения, вы можете на русский перевести? С английского на русский. Ты можешь перевести? Ксения. А вот давайте не самый лучший, лучше такой, чем никакого. Вон там сидят люди. Вон, Матаджи сидят. Немного. Там, ну да, конечно, там переводить, да. Sorry, just there are some Russian devotees to do some translation from English to Russian, not only to Hindi. And you're going to translate them to Hindi, right? Somebody else, okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, we are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, right? 6th canto, 7th chapter, yeah? And Shlokam numbers 15. 6, 7, 15. So, and there's it. Thank you. Should put change. Okay, Atham, yes, right? Yeah. Athaham Amaracharyam Agatham Dvishanam Dvijam Prasadaishye Nishathah Shirshna Tacharanam Sprishan Athaham Amaracharyam Agatha Dvishanam Dvijam Prasadayikshye Nishathah Shirshnatat-charanam Sprishan Athaham Amaracharyam Agatha Dvishanam Dvijam Prasadayikshye Nishathah Shirshna-tacharanam sprishan. Okay, who want to repeat? Anybody?
Vaishnav Devi.
Mataji's. Ladies, anybody? Okay, I'll continue. The word meaning. Atham, therefore. Aham, I. Amara Acharyam, the spiritual master of the demigods. Agadhadishanam, whose spiritual knowledge is deep. Dvijam, the perfect Brahmana. Prasadayishye, I shall please. Nishathah, without duplicity. Shirshna, with my head. Tacharanam, his lotus feet. Sprishan, touching. Translation. Sorry, I should have changed my glasses, but I forgot them. King Indra said, first I also say, repeat. King Indra said, therefore, with great frankness and without duplicity, I shall now bow my head at the lotus feet of Brihaspati, the spiritual master of the demigods. Because he is in the mode of goodness, he is fully aware of all knowledge and is the best of the Brahmanas. Now I shall touch his lotus feet and offer my obeisances unto him to try to satisfy him. Now let's repeat. King Indra said, therefore, with great frankness and without duplicity, I shall now bow my head at the lotus feet of Brihaspati, the spiritual master of the demigods, because he is in the mode of goodness. He is fully aware of all knowledge and is the best of the Brahmanas. Now I shall touch his lotus feet and offer my obeisances unto him to try to satisfy him. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. Coming to his senses, King Indra realized that he was not a very sincere disciple of his spiritual master Brihaspati. Therefore, he decided that henceforward he would be Nishatha, non-duplicitous. Nishatha Shirshna Tacharanam Sprishan. He decided to touch his head to the lotus feet of the spiritual master. From this example, we should learn this principle enunciated by Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur. Yasya prasadat Bhagavad prasada, Yasya prasada nagatir kutopi. By the mercy of the spiritual master, one is benedicted by the mercy of Krishna. Without the grace of the spiritual master, one cannot make any advancement. A disciple should never be a hypocrite or be unfaithful to his spiritual master. In Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 11:17-27, the spiritual master is also called Acharya. Acharyam mam vijaniyam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead says that one should respect the spiritual master, accepting him as the Lord himself. Nava manyeta karhichit. One should never disrespect the Acharya or at any time. Na martya budhaya suyata. One should never think the Acharya an ordinary person. Familiarity sometimes breeds contempt, but one should be Acharya, but one should be very careful in one's dealing with the Acharya. Agatha Dhishanam Vijam. The Acharya is a perfect Brahmana and has unlimited intelligence in guiding the activities of his disciple. Therefore, Krishna advises in Bhagavad Gita 4:34. Tad vidi pranipatina paripashana sevaya upadekshanti te gyanam janina statpadarshana. Just try to learn the truth by approaching the spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. One should fully surrender unto the spiritual master, and with service sevaya one should approach him for further spiritual enlightenment. Shri Prabhupada ki Oma Gyana Timirandasya Gyana Jana Shavakaya Chakshurmiritanina Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yana Bhutale Svayam Prabhupakadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandaham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sha Shri Rupna Sagrajitam Sahaganuraganatam Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijna Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaganalavita Shri Vishakam Vitam Sha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagat Pate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hri Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhishya Kripa Sindhubhya Uchapa Chitanam Pavanibhya Vaishnavivyanamaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Gadadara Shri Vasati Gauru Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So it's a very big honor for me to speak in front of such exalted devotees like Jita Mitra Prabhu, who is older than this temple itself. I think he's like maybe twice or thrice older than most of you, many of you. And Mahamantra Prabhu, who is also like great general of Krishna consciousness in Delhi and just in India. I know he's great, and he did wonderful miracles. He could like kick a door open in the ministry cabinet, and so he is fantastic. He was one of those people who like made a great contribution in building this temple. I remember that. So it's a big honor for me. So this verse in the purple touches upon a very important subject. It's the respect to the spiritual master. The spiritual master is our life and soul, because just like it was a situation when Srila Prabhupada was ill. It was in America, and he was really sick. I think he had like 4th heart attack, something like that. And his disciple were asking him if God saved, something happens to him, whom they should approach for guidance. And they asked maybe they should approach Sridhar Maharaj. He was a great Vaishnava, or somebody else. And Srila Prabhupada, he started crying. He said, my spiritual master, he was not an ordinary spiritual master. He saved me. And actually, the spiritual master, once Guru Maharaj, he saves us from the darkness of illusion. Because otherwise, who would we all be? We would just live like ordinary person, like growing, studying, working, getting married, having children, and dying into nothing. So, and this world is full of misery, and it has no meaning without God, without Krishna. So spiritual master, he gives us Krishna, but it's not an intellectual thing. He gives us Krishna not from his mind, but from his heart, and it's very important. So there are two aspects of relationship with one spiritual master. One is called Vishramba, another is called Gaurava. Vishramba means that this relationship is very, very intimate, and Gaurava is very respectful. Here we see the example like King Indra. It was really crazy thing. even small kids in the school, they know that one should respect a teacher. I think everybody knows that. And he like demonstrated a crazy behavior. He was like enjoying his opulence. He was really proud. He was surrounded by apsaras and charanas and all these kinds of people, guys who, they're not people probably. They're like semi-demigods probably, who glorified him. And when his spiritual master came, he didn't offer any respect at all. This was really crazy. He was really puffed up. And the spiritual master, he didn't curse him. In those times, Brahmins, they were really heavy guys, because something happened, they would immediately curse somebody to die or just to become a lizard or to something. Many stories from Krishna book and other things, places. But he was really humble. He just left. And nobody seen him. And actually, the most heaviest punishment is ignorance. Not ignorance. Sorry, is ignoring. If the spiritual master shouts or scolds, it's okay. But if he just disregards us, if he ignores us, this is the worst punishment. So Indra, he realized his mistake. He didn't know what to do. And he was asking some of those different people, and he was asking Brahma, finally, what I should do. Not to. And Brahma told him to accept somebody else as a spiritual master. And even at that time, he was again disrespectful. There was also stories with that. So Indra is a great devotee. We should not disrespect Lord Indra. Actually, we are much worse than him. See, he gets sometimes puffed up, sometimes we get puffed up all the time. So this is the difference. So we should not disrespect it. Even though there were some cases like in Parijata flower and Govardhan, still, in this case, Indra is a great devotee. He is doing great service to the Lord, He is like managing the universe. And now Mohan Rupa Prabhu, he's been a temple president here for so many years. And I've been a temple president too. I know how it's difficult to manage a small temple and what it means to manage like the heavenly kingdom. It's a great service. But still sometimes this happens. And we should be very cautious because, there is a saying that accidents sometimes happen even on the roads. So we should not be envious. We shouldn't be like puffed up because anything can. We should pray to their lordships, Shri Gaur-Nitai, Shri Radha Parthsarathi, and Shri Sitaram, so that we don't fall in mire. At one point, sometimes, devotees with Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada was praying to the deities at when greeting the deities. And the devotees were asking him, Prabhupada, what are you praying? And he said, I am praying so that I may not fall in mire. So we should be very cautious, we should be very humble, because mire is very strong. There are many stories in the Vedic literatures when devotees, they become puffed up and they fall down. So we should be very respectful. We should be very grateful to the Lord that we don't fall down. It's very easy. It's very, very easy. So, but if we keep a humble mood, we will be okay. And the first thing that we should be humble and very respectful and grateful to the spiritual master, because he gives us not there are so many courses like Bhakti Shastra. They're great. We should learn Shastras. We should very knowledge. This is okay. Nobody can do this. Nobody has like a big brain, but still, it's very, very favorable. But spiritual master, he gives us not as like intellectual. He gives us knowledge from the heart. And in Yashomati Thakur, Chikawat Thakur, he says that the spiritual master is, on the one hand, he should be respected as the Lord himself because he represents the Lord. Like the embassy. The ambassador, he represents the president of the country. He represents the country. So he should be respected as the country itself. So the spiritual master, he humbly brings the message of the Lord. And it's very simple. What is the basic message of the spiritual master? Who knows? Who knows? What is the basic instruction? What are the basic instructions? There are so many Brahmanas. Huh? No, the instructions, what we should do. Chanting 6, who is chanting 16 rounds? I think everybody. Who is chanting? Not everybody. Let's vote again. Who chants 16 rounds? Great. Now a more difficult question. Who chants 16 rounds attentively? contrary, he is very humble. I'm sure he is. He does. Anyway, we should do that. And the spiritual master, he chants 16 rounds attentively because he has a taste. And you know, the thing is that in all this Vedic sadhana bhakti, the thing is that correct form, in the beginning they do it more or less mechanically, because the Guru told us to chant 16 rounds and follow the principle. It's not a big thing to follow the principle, it's easy. But to get up for mangalarity and do service and this and that, and we do it as a matter of like duty. But you know, at some point it becomes like natural, because it's a natural activity of a devotee. So at some point, if you just follow the rules, you will get a taste for that. Sometimes people speculate about Raganuga Bhakti, why Guru don't, why Prabhupada didn't give us Raganuga Bhakti. He did actually. If you read carefully the Nectar of Devotion, the section about Raganuga Bhakti, he says that at the beginning we chant our rounds and get up for mangalarity as a matter of duty. But at some point we start get it spontaneously. This is the Raganuga Bhakti. Not just like you go to Radha Kund or here and there and just do some solitary bhajan. This is not that. Actually, you may do this solitary, but it is this bhajan, but it is within, and you'll enjoy chanting Hare Krishna. Let's chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And Guru, he gives his grace, and his grace is his instructions, are his instructions. There are two ways of serving Guru. What are the two ways of serving the spiritual master? Vani and Vapu. What is Vapu? And what is Vani? My question is, who is doing the Vapu service from the old days? Please raise your hands. Yes, some people, not everybody. And who is doing the Vani service? Everyone. Yeah. And I know so many devotees who did sincerely Vapu service, Vani service to devotees. Do you know Ambarish Maharaj, Bhakti Ratnakar Ambarish? He didn't serve Guru Maharaj personally for many years. I did, he didn't know. But he is the best devotee I know. You know, he was distributing books. He didn't associate with Guru Maharaj personally at the beginning. Now he got like extra mercy. In the beginning he didn't, he just distributed books. I know, I have known him since 1990. He was a brahmachari at that time. I think he is maybe 1 year elder than me. Maybe not, I don't remember. And you know how he joined? In Iskcon, it was legalized in Russia in 1988. I think he joined in 1999 or 1990. And he came to the temple. There was a temple in a big apartment. There were like 40 brahmacharis. There was a big apartment, like 5 meters high ceiling, and there was 40 brahmacharis and 200 of rats over there. More than brahmacharis. And how he joined? He saw devotees selling books and distributing books on the street. And he came to the temple and asked the temple priest, I want to sell books. How can I distribute books? He didn't ask about chanting Hare Krishna. He started, they gave him books and he started distributing books. And after some time, sometimes they told him, you know, if you chant Hare Krishna, you will distribute more books. He said, really? And he started chanting 16 rounds. It was like that. He was great. Ambarish Maharaj Ki. So he was sincerely serving the spiritual master, and he became, he all the way he was a wonderful devotee. I mean, he the purest soul I've ever known. And I'm not speaking about others in Russia, those whom I know. And he is such a wonderful, he's very sweet, he's very pure. And he was just sincerely following the orders of the spiritual master. And I know so many devotees who is just following the order of the spiritual master. So wonderful devotee. They're chanting attentively with the taste and so on. They're doing full-time service. Grihastas, brahmacharis, but they're always in Krishna consciousness. They're thinking about Prabhupada, they're thinking about Prabhupada's mission, and it's all because they are sincerely serving their spiritual master. We have Prabhupada, and he is our grand spiritual master. And Prabhupada, he's fantastic. He's right here, and he is giving his blessings. Actually, Prabhupada used to say that the blessings are cheap. There are no buyers, there are no customers, there are no clients. So Guru Maharaj's spiritual master is ready to give us all the blessings. But we are so lazy, we are so over intelligent. We think, oh, it's too simple, I have to do this or that. No, it's very simple. just have to chant the rounds attentively, do the service, serve the Vaishnavas. You have like, I remember I was here for the first time in 1993. I remember the brahmacharis, Mahan Rupa Prabhu, Jita Mitra was always there. I think he was, before the Delhi was started, I think he was here all the time. He is the original one. Mohan Rupa Prabhu was here, Galokananda Maharaj, Raghupanik Prabhu was there, and somebody else. I remember them. And there was no temple. There was a small building at the place where the Govinda restaurant now. It was a small brahmachari ashram. And this was a rock, and there was no construction. And there were like a small bunch of devotees, maybe like 20, I think, not so many. And they were doing sincere service. And because we were doing the service, they're still there around. It's not easy. We think that Krishna consciousness, we take it for granted. We can just do service and live in the ashram and maybe marry and also do service. It's not so easy. I know so many. I joined in 1990, and there were so many devotees at the time in Russia, thousands, and now I can see maybe tens of them, dozens of them, not so many. So, and those who are staying, they were doing the service, and they never disregarded the spiritual master's instructions. So we shouldn't take that for granted. It's a great mercy, and we should grab to it. We should hold on to it. It's a very, very rare thing. You know, so many people are there on the street. They don't chant. They don't have the they may have a spiritual master, but it's a matter of formality, because like it's a family. It's a tradition in India to have a spiritual master, right? So, but you know, it's a tradition, and in India. And I have a friend. He's a devotee. He's initiated devotee, but he's from Pakistan. He's from Hindu family, and I met him. His name is Jagannath Prabhu. He stays in Russia now. He works in Russia, and he was like, I think you can tell many stories like that. His grandmother, she's a devotee of Krishna. And she has Bhagavad Gita on the altar, but also she has all kinds of demigods that just to be on the safe side, not to offend anybody, just to be on the safe side. He knows the Krishna God, but just to be on the safe side. So it's like that. In India, all the Hindus, it's impersonal. They worship everybody and believe nobody. They're just doing their material life. So here, by the grace of Srila Prabhupada, we got a pure message of the Lord, got a pure message of Lord Chaitanya, and it's very simple. We should just Bhaja Krishna, Bola Krishna, Kora Krishna, Shikha, and we should preach. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta-ji, he used to say that one who doesn't preach, he's a living corpse, dead person. Because you know, what do we have to do in this world? It's not interesting, because the material life, it's boring. It's all the same. It's all the same. Work, like family, it's becoming boring. But if you preach, if you have a mission, it's not like great mission. Like you can do it like tactfully to people, just respectfully, but it's very interesting. I mean, I've been in Iskcon for over 30 years, and I can say that I had the most wonderful life. It was very, very very fulfilling. It was very full of adventure and so many things, and you know, you always have something to do. Preaching is our life and soul. So you can you have a lot of opportunities to preach over here when guests come here, and you can preach to the students, you can preach to any kinds of audience, you can preach outside doing Sankirtan. It's all spiritual master instructions. And when you're serving, you're feeling like you feel like serving. Actually, you just should give up all other thoughts. You should just serve and you should preach, and you should be very grateful to the spiritual master, because you know he's great. And it doesn't matter who the spiritual master, Gopal Krishna Maharaj or some other guru, and like it doesn't matter. All the spiritual masters, they're the same. They're very kind. They love their disciples, and you know, if you disrespect the spiritual master, it's the worst. It's the most abominable thing, because you know he is our greatest well-wisher. So the basic thing is that we should follow the instructions of the spiritual master, and we should preach, and we should follow this simple. We should preach, we should study, we should do devotional service all the time. We should do service to the Vaishnavas, and we'll be happy. and you'll get the taste. It will take some time. It won't take much time. My observation is, it's maybe speculative, but still, I'm observing the devotees. They get test if they are doing sincere service and chanting, doing their sadhana, they become qualified to get the second initiation. Not just formal second initiation, a real second initiation. They become real brahmanas, steady nishta, maybe in 4 years from scratch, and they get taste in maybe 5-7 years. It happens. I know people who like chanting. So if you do sincere thing, you'll manage it. It's no problem. So I wish all of you to be sincere servants of your spiritual master, or if somebody hasn't taken a spiritual master, just to be a sincere servant of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is our original spiritual master, and you will be really happy. You follow, you do service, and you preach service, and you will be very, very happy. Hare Krishna. Do you have any questions? I left a few minutes for Jyoti Mitra Prabhu to talk.
हरे कृष्णा. तो मैं हिंदी में बोलूँगा और इंग्लिश में कोई ट्रांसलेट करेगा या मैं करूँ ट्रांसलेट? ठीक है, मैं ही करूँगा. आई विल स्पीक हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश बोथ. आई विल ट्रांसलेट माई सेल्फ बिकॉज अदर डिवोटीज आर ऑल्सो हु डू नॉट फॉलो हिंदी. नहीं, हिंदी का मैं बोलूँगा ना, तो कुछ भक्त लोग हैं जो हिंदी नहीं समझते यहाँ, तो इसलिए इंग्लिश में बोलूँ. इंग्लिश से फिर वो रसिया में ट्रांसलेट करेंगे. So I translate myself into English. No, whatever I speak Hindi, this goes to some channel. ठीक है, तो मैं हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ और इंग्लिश में भी मैं बोलूँगा, अनुवाद करूँगा. तो यहाँ पर जो कथा प्रसंग चल रहा है वो ये है कि सुखदेव गोस्वामी अदिति के वंश का वर्णन कर रहे हैं. सो दिस इज द reference that Sukadeva Goswami is describing the dynasty of Mother Aditi. तो अदिति के 12 पुत्रों में से विवस्वान, अरिमा, पूषा, इन तीनों के वंश का वर्णन कर दिया. 12 पुत्रों में से 3 का वर्णन कर दिया. आउट ऑफ 12 sons of Mother Aditi, Sukadeva Goswami has narrated the 3 sons. Now this is 4th son of Aditi, Twashta. तो ये त्वष्टा जो है अदिति माता के 4थे पुत्र हैं. तो उनका जो है जब वंश वर्णन कर रहे हैं सुखदेव गोस्वामी, तो वो कहते हैं कि विश्वरूप जो त्वष्टा के पुत्र हुए, इनको जो है इंद्र ने अपना गुरु बनाया, क्योंकि इनके गुरु बृहस्पति जो है अपमानित होकर के, बृहस्पति ने त्याग कर दिया इंद्र का, तो इंद्र ने अपने भतीजे को अपना गुरु बनाया. सो नाउ सुखदेव गोस्वामी इज टेलिंग त्वष्टा, द डायनेस्टी ऑफ त्वष्टा. तो त्वष्टा के त्वष्टा हैड वन सन विश्वरूप, एंड सुखदेव गोस्वामी सेज दैट विश्वरूप, ऑल्दो ही इज भतीजे को क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में? nephew of Indra, but Indra accepted Vishwarup as his spiritual master, because his spiritual master Brihaspati was offended, and Brihaspati abandoned Indra. Now in this chapter, in Parikshit Maharaj is asking the question कि how Brihaspati was offended by Indra. तो इस अध्याय के प्रारंभ में परीक्षित महाराज प्रश्न करते हैं सुखदेव गोस्वामी से कि ऐसी क्या घटना हुई कि इंद्र ने बृहस्पति का अपमान कर दिया. तो अब यहाँ पर ये बताया जा रहा है कि इंद्र ने अपमान किया बृहस्पति का, कि जब वो सभा में आए और इंद्र का चूँकि गुणगान हो रहा था और नृत्य चल रहा था और संगीत चल रहा था और इंद्र जो है इसका जो है आनंद ले रहे थे, तो उन्होंने सोचा अगर मैं गुरु का सम्मान करूंगा तो मेरे सम्मान में बाधा आएगी. तो इसलिए उन्होंने जो है इंद्र ने जो है गुरु को अनदेखा कर दिया, जैसे वो देख नहीं रहे हैं. तो गुरु महाराज समझ गए इंद्र की इस कपट को, गुरु महाराज समझ गए. So Sukadeva Goswami describes that when Indra was in his assembly and so many demigods and apsaras and gandharvas, they were performing dance and chanting mantras, glorifying Indra, and Indra was enjoying that he is being glorified. And Brihaspati, the spiritual master, came, and Indra just he paid no attention, and Brihaspati understood that what his intention is. So Brihaspati did not like this kind of activity of Indra, and he just went away. Now अब इंद्र जो है ये बता रहे हैं कि अब मैं क्या करूँगा. इंद्र ने उस समय जब देखा कि गुरु चले गए और वो रुष्ट हो गए, उन्होंने कुछ नहीं बोला, लेकिन ये मेरा बहुत बड़ा अपराध हो गया, तो इंद्र जो है अब पश्चाताप कर रहे हैं. Now when Indra understood that his spiritual master has left and he did not say anything, and now this is my great offense, so now he is lamenting. तो इसमें अंतिम श्लोक 5 श्लोक इंद्र ने जो बोले हैं अपने पश्चाताप के, ये अंतिम श्लोक है. सो इंद्र स्पोक 5 वर्सेस फॉर हिज पश्चाताप को क्या लिमेंटेशन एंड एटोनमेंट नॉट repentance. So this is the last verse of Indra. तो इंद्र यहाँ पर and now Indra had stopped all this chanting and his own glorification, and he started among his assembly, and he is now उसको निंदा करना है, condemning himself. He is condemning himself before the whole assembly. This is the great quality of Indra, that he is lamenting and he is condemning himself before whole the assembly who are glorifying Indra. तो इंद्र का बहुत बड़ा गुण है कि इंद्र जो है उसी सभा में अपना जो गुणगान है वो बंद करा करके अपनी निंदा करने लगे, उसी सभा में जिस सभा में उनका गुणगान हो रहा था. तो ये इंद्र का बहुत बड़ा गुण है. तो अब इंद्र बृहस्पति को कह रहे हैं अमराचार्यम, कि वे बृहस्पति जो है क्या है, सब देवताओं के आचार्य हैं. Indra is now describing Brihaspati, that the Brihaspati is the spiritual master of all demigods. Agadha dhishanam dvijam, agadha dhishanam. तो उनकी जो बुद्धि है वो असीमित है. असीमित, अगाध का मतलब है वेरी डीप. उनकी जो बुद्धि है वो बहुत जो है अगाध है. His intelligence is very deep. Why very deep? That he did not claim in the assembly that Indra is committing offense. Otherwise anybody will just start shouting. He is committing my offense and I am his spiritual master. Why he is not attending me? He does not pay attention. तो बृहस्पति ने इस प्रकार से कोई जो है ये दावा नहीं किया कि मैं, क्यों? कि उनकी बुद्धि अगाध है. His intelligence is very deep. Therefore he did not claim that Indra is my disciple and he is not paying me attention and he is not standing before me. So this is called Agadha Dhishanam. Agadha Dhishanam. He knows all the etiquettes. तो बृहस्पति जो है सब प्रकार का शिष्टाचार जानते हैं, इसलिए जो कहना चाहिए और जो नहीं कहना चाहिए, जो करना चाहिए जो नहीं करना चाहिए, वो सब जानते हैं. उनकी बुद्धि अगाध है. तो इंद्र इज नाउ सेइंग दैट माय स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर हैज द इंटेलिजेंस, वेरी डीप इंटेलिजेंस, एंड ही नोज एट व्हाट टाइम व्हाट टू डू एंड एट व्हाट टाइम व्हाट टू स्पीक, एट व्हाट टाइम व्हाट नॉट टू स्पीक, एट व्हाट टाइम व्हाट टू नॉट टू डू. So his intelligence is very deep. Dvijam means twice born. He is twice born, and we all demigods are only once born. So once born means coming out from the womb of mother. This is once born. And twice born is who has second birth, and that is spiritual birth. So Brihaspati is twice born, and we all demigods are only once born, twice born. Prasadayasya, now I will please him. He is saying all the assembly. Now he is closing the assembly. हाँ, अब वो जो है अपनी सभा को बिल्कुल बंद करना चाहते हैं और वो कह रहे हैं कि अब मैं जाऊंगा, उनके घर जाऊंगा, अपने गुरु महाराज के घर जाऊंगा. So now he is just shutting up and closing the assembly. तो सभा को जो है बंद करना चाहते हैं. And he is deciding, he is announcing everybody, all the Gandharvas, Apsaras, that now I am going to please my Guru Maharaj. Prasadesya nisatha. Nisatha without duplicity. So previously he was duplicit. That he is just attending his glorification and he is not paying attention to Guru Maharaj. He knows that my Guru Maharaj has come, but he is showing as if he is not seeing Guru Maharaj. So this is called duplicity. तो इंद्र जो है ये समझ गए. इंद्र कहने अब मैं जो है बिना कपट के जाऊंगा गुरु महाराज के पास. तो मेरा कपट था पहले. क्या कपट था कि वो आए, बृहस्पति आए, लेकिन मैंने ऐसा दिखाया जैसे मैं उनको नहीं देख रहा हूँ. तो मैं उनको देख चुका था कि मैं दिखा रहा हूँ कि जैसे मैं नहीं देख रहा हूँ और मैं बहुत व्यस्त हूँ यहाँ के कार्यक्रम में. So now he is saying nisatha, that I will go to my Guru Maharaj without duplicity. शीर्षनाथ चरणम स्मृतम, और अपने सिर से उनके चरणों का स्पर्श करूँगा. तो इंद्र जो है इस प्रकार से अपने संबंध में निंदा भी कर रहे हैं और अपने गुरु महाराज की प्रशंसा भी कर रहे हैं और वो कह रहे हैं कि अब मैं अपने गुरु महाराज के पास जाऊँगा. So now Indra is condemning himself and glorifying his Guru Maharaj, and he is saying that now I will go to my Guru Maharaj and I will please him. लेकिन आगे चल करके क्या होता है कि इंद्र जब जाते हैं गुरु महाराज के घर, बृहस्पति के घर, लेकिन बृहस्पति अपने घर से अंतर्धान हो जाते हैं क्योंकि वे अब इंद्र से बात नहीं करना चाहते हैं और इंद्र को अवसर नहीं देना चाहते हैं कि वो माफ़ी मांगे. So later on we see that his spiritual master just disappears from his home because he does not want to give opportunity to Indra that Indra should beg pardon. तो कुछ बातें ऐसी होती हैं जो अक्षा में होती हैं, कुछ अपराध ऐसे होते हैं अक्षा में होते हैं जिनको क्षमा नहीं किया जाता है और उनके लिए दंड अवश्य मिलता है. So there are some offenses which are never pardoned and one has to suffer. So this is definite that one has to suffer. And later on we see that Indra suffered a lot because all the demons they got the information that Indra has offended his Guru Maharaj and his Guru Maharaj has abandoned all the demigods. Now this is our opportunity to attack the heaven and and conquer heaven. तो जो असुर लोग हैं उनको जब पता चला कि इंद्र ने अपने गुरु का अपराध कर दिया है और सब देवताओं को जब इनके गुरु महाराज ने त्याग दिया है तो असुर लोग सोचते हैं कि अब ये अच्छा अवसर है हमारे लिए कि हम जो है स्वर्ग में आक्रमण करें और स्वर्ग पर विजय प्राप्त करें. तो कुछ बातें ऐसी होती हैं जो कि हमें बहुत जो है ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि कोई कार्य ना करें हम. जैसे आग में अगर हाथ डालते हैं तो पहले से सोच लेना चाहिए कि क्या परिणाम होगा. तो फिर ये नहीं हो सकता है कि फिर आपको जो है कष्ट नहीं भोगना पड़ेगा और कुछ उपाय हो सकता है. कोई उपाय नहीं है. आपने आग में हाथ डाला तो आपको जीवन भर आपको सोचना पड़ेगा कि हाँ मैंने कुछ गलती की थी. So there are some acts about which we have to think twice or thrice or many times that we should not commit such kind of mistakes. Just like if you put your hand in the fire, and fire will burn, and whole life you have to lament. Hare Krishna.
So, are there any questions? Yes, please.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for delivering such a wonderful lecture. Prabhuji, you said that there are two kinds of services we can deliver unto the lotus feet of our Guru Maharaj. One is Vapu and the other one is Vani. So I just want to clarify which one is the best service which we can follow, because as we have also seen that not everyone can deliver the Vapu service, but everybody can deliver the Vani service.
The Vani service is most excellent because Vapu service you can do only the limited time, but Vani service you can do 24 hours. That's the difference.
Okay. So thank you so much. Prabhuji, one followed-up question: how can we, do our best to implement the instructions given by our Guru Maharaj in our devotional service?
Well, the most important instruction is always chanting Hare Krishna. We have our order of 16 hours, but if we should try to chant 20 hours, mentally, because there are no strict rules. There are rules for 16 hours. They should be chanted tentatively, just in some time. But if we always remember the holy name, we chant all the time, mentally. If we remember the holy name, of course we can't chant when we talk to people, but after some time, it will take some time. But if we follow the basic instructions, they're very simple. Just to chant, to follow the principles, do the service, to preach, and all these things. After some time, it will be natural. We will be always remembering the Lord, because all the essence of all the rules is to always remember Krishna. So the instructions are very, very simple. And just follow them. That's it. It will take just some time to develop taste for this. It's very simple. And nothing so sophisticated. We just do that. That's it. Nothing complicated. Just follow. That's it. Very, very simple. And I've been listening to the lectures of Srila Prabhupada or Gopal Krishna Maharaj for 30 years, and they're all the same. All the same. Chant 16 rounds, come from modularity, read through Prabhupada's books, preach, do Vaishnava Seva, that's it. It's all the same. But we are so unfortunate that even though they've been hearing these instructions for so many times, we still don't follow them. This is our unfortunate position. So it's very simple. And actually it's a real problem that we don't have the taste. In the beginning we don't have the taste. But how people learn how to play piano or something, anything, dancing and Bharatanatyam. So in the beginning they just follow formal things. They master this movement or that movement, and after some time they can do this from the heart. I have one friend, he is a devotee friend, and he used to serve in the Vedic. I think now he's still serving there. He is no devotee. And when he was 17, he won a prize at some international competition of piano, of pianists, how we call it. And he's expert, and he can play anything. At the beginning he was doing all this exercise, but now he can play water, he can play air, he can play red color, he can play just virtually anything from the heart. So it will come. But the correct form, the Bhagavad will create feeling. It will take some time. In the beginning it's a bit uncertain, but after time it will be very sweet. Just follow the rules. And the main thing it allows us to stay is the devotee association, because it feels like protection. So if we stay in the devotee association and follow all the rules, we'll get a taste. Devotee will remind us. So it's the basic rule of the devotee association. It's like a basement for us. You just take it.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Actually, my question is to His Grace Jitavendra Prabhuji. He said that Brihaspati, he is not willing to pardon Indra. So, but Vaishnavas are very kind-hearted. So how we can understand this?
Prabhuji, I told in the beginning that it was a really serious punishment, because the mild punishment is scolding or shouting, it is a mild passion. When spiritual master gives up, not that he didn't give up, Indra, but he disappeared. It was like a real punishment, and he did that to teach him as a lesson. The spiritual master knows the best what to do, because from the spiritual master both his blessings and his punishment are the same. So, and Indra really repented, even though he then also killed Vishwarup. It was not good, and I think, it's my speculation, maybe Jitamitri will correct me, because Vishwarup, he was a son of he was a Brahmana, but he was son of Diti, I think, yeah? He was a demon, formally. But he still was spiritual master, and Indra, he when there was a sacrifice, he kept some offering to his demon friends or brothers. And it was a material thing, but Brahma, he told Indra to accept Vishwarupa as a spiritual master, and he considered some material disqualification. He felt some material faults with Vishwarupa, and he killed him. So Indra has his small fault. So I think that it was a proper punishment for Indra. Guru knows what to do the best, when to ignore, and it's still the manifestation of his mercy. Because because this very act of Brihaspati, it touched Indra's heart. He really repented. Maybe it wouldn't happen if he just called him. It's mercy. Yeah. Sorry, did I answer your question, Prabhuji? Did you got it? We don't know. There is a statement somewhere. There is a statement. We can never understand the mind of an acharya. He knows the best what to do. Yeah, sorry.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. So you served Guru Maharaj for a long time. So can you share some of the qualities of Maharaj, so that?
When I first met Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj, I was chanting few rounds. I just joined a few months. It was in 1990, and when I understood that he is my guru, he was the basic quality I was perceiving at this very beginning stage. He's a very kind person. He's very sweet and kind person. I didn't know anything about Krishna consciousness much at that time, but I just fell in love with him. Because he's very sweet, and I think all gurus are like that. They're all kind persons. It's a quality of a sadhu, titiksha, karunika. Karunika means mercy, and mercy is not he's not. He's very kind. This is the basic quality of sadhu, and all the other things. And when I came for the darshan, for the first darshan, he asked me. He asked me how much rounds I chanted. I said I chanted few rounds, and he asked, why don't you chant 16 rounds? If you don't like, you can always give up. And he convinced me. So I've been chanting 6 rounds for so many years. It's not because it was great philosophy and this and that, because he just asked me, that's it. He just asked me, I'm following that, and I'm very happy. It's all easy. A Krishna consciousness is a very simple thing actually. It doesn't, because I know so many devotees. They're old ladies. They don't have the intelligence for all these shlokas and do the bhakti shastra and all these things. But they're very sincere. They serve the deities. They serve the altar. They're very sincere. So it's all the relationship, because Guru has relationship with Krishna. It's sweet, and he transfers. He shares this relationship with us. It's also sweet, because he derives blessings from the ocean of mercy. Do you remember this? Samsara Dava Navala Loka, from the ocean of mercy. So it's ocean. I think we have to finish. Are there any more questions? Then we have to stop. Thank you. Thank you very much. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki. Oh, maybe the last question.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Guruji, for this wonderful class. Just my question is how you came to Krishna consciousness. We want to know something.
Now I'm PhD. devotees, they were selling books outside. And I read from some relic, some literature I heard about Bhagavad Gita. So I got, the scholarship was 40 rubles at that time. Bhagavad Gita was 20 rubles. So I saw Bhagavad Gita, I wanted to buy it, and I bought it. And then there was a class in the lecture at the Moscow State University by Prabhu Swami. And I came there, I was not impressed at all because, you know, he came late by 1 hour and a half. And there were like 200 people, there were students, professors, and he almost didn't give a lecture. So we were waiting for more than 1 hour, you know. In India it's okay, but in Russia it's not okay at all, because all these big professors, and he came late, and he made everybody stand up and chant Hare Krishna, and he gave a 15 minutes class and left. That's it. So, but they gave prasadam. So I was like allured by prasadam, and I came to the temple. So I started doing service, and then I met Guru Maharaj, and it was wonderful because I remember that I didn't have any faith in God before. I was not an atheist, but I lived like that. And I thought that I will join the organization, not Christian, because I was not impressed by the Christian church at that time. Now I have a bit better opinion about this, but at that time I was not impressed. And so I will come there. I would come to the place where I would get a person who would take me by the hand and bring to the place he speaks about. And I got that by Guru Maharaj's grace. So Krishna fulfilled my desire. So I joined in 1990. In 1990, I think it was February 6, 1991. I met Guru Maharaj. I came for his darshan, and in 1992 I joined Guru Maharaj as his secretary, and I traveled with him for 12 years. So Krishna fulfilled my desire. It's not me, it's Krishna. I'm very happy. And actually he is my real father, because all I'm doing now, even materially, practically, it's all his grace. I'm a psychology. Before I was a chemist. So it has nothing to do with psychology. I make my living by psychology and preach by psychology. And at some point I also like a Jyotish guru. I don't like astrology. I mean, but when my GBC, Bhakti Young Swami, he was not Maharaj at that time. He asked me to learn astrology from Sanjay. I went to Guru Maharaj, and I thought he would say, Yashomati, Nandan, don't study because it's Maya. But he told me, you please study it, it will help you. Now, by his grace, I can preach to astrology, and people start chanting like 16 rounds and follow the principles from scratch. So, I still hated astrology, but I do it because it's Guru's instruction. So it's all Krishna's grace, and by the grace of Krishna we get Guru, by the grace of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam we get Krishna. It's all like that. Thank you, Prabhujas. Thank you, Matajis. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Premananda Hari Bol.